Hey guys, it's me, Lil Ninja, back with another video, and today we're doing What If Deku Had the Omnitrix Part 3. And this is the third part to a series that I'm doing all week. Also, I just realized that the app that I'm using to make these videos, I can actually use text-speech on them. So, starting next week, I'll test one of my videos to see if, the text speech is like better because it doesn't stutter like I do every single time. I can just type it in, boom. And I'll actually do a test right now. And if you guys want me to do this text speech that I'm about to put up on the screen right now, just tell me in the comments below. So just tell me, okay?
Hey, this is the text speech. There are many other text speech options, but I like this one.
So yeah, that's the text speech, and that's what I'll be using next week. So the comments will tell me whether to or not to use this. So if you like it, comment on this video. If you don't like it, then just don't comment at all, I guess. So without further ado, let's get into this amazingly crafted what if. It's Little Ninja time. Start off with a great Izuku testing out his new Omnitrix abilities while he is still inside of school, and Aizawa would announce what is happening inside of this great hero school. So Izuku decides to stop messing around with the Omnitrix, and he looks up from his desk. Aizawa is explaining the freaking sports festival where all of the inspiring heroes and the other classes of the of UA are ready to battle each other to see who is really the best, and it's basically like a thing they do every year. With this, Izuku and the other classmates are excited to show everyone what they can do. And Izuku decides that he's going to hold back. He knows that if he went all out with the Omnitrix against any of his classmates, they probably would not be able to fight against him. He has armored abilities. He has all these different aliens. He has ultimate versions of all of his aliens. He can use their abilities without transforming, but of course that is weaker. He can fuse those aliens on top of that. Not to mention the final ability that I'm giving him for the whole series from this is that he can evolve the evolved forms even further into what I like to call ultra aliens, which is basically making the aliens evolve even further than what they do for ultimate aliens. With this, Izuku, who actually kept these ultimates and other functions away from his classmates, but did tell UA about them, and they did not permit Izuku to use any of his other abilities like armored. So with that, Izuku would use the rest of his time inside of his school, use the rest of the week to train himself to the best of his abilities, discovering different and new aliens such as Ditto and Ditto. Other aliens that I can't name. Shock Rock, I think, is one of them. No, not Shock Rock. Shock Squatch, not Shock Rock. I don't know where the heck I got Shock Rock from. It's like not even close. Not even like a little tiny bit close. So, yeah, he's training with all the different aliens and getting newer ones. Right now, he's up to 50 aliens, and since Ben had a limited number of aliens that were shown, I'm gonna have to create some new ones or take some from 5 years later. A very good story. You should look 5 years later up. It's so good. Like, watch 5 years later. It's very, very cultured. So with this, Izuku would be ready for the I already forgot it. How did I already forget the name of the thing of the season that we're doing right now? What it is called? It is what it is. Let me look it up. It's the sports festival. Thank goodness, I just remembered it. The sports festival. So yeah, sorry about that. Forgot the name of the thing that I was talking about for no apparent reason. It just 1 minute in my head, the next minute it's gone. It's like it disappeared. So yeah. Izuku is ready for the sports festivals. As he is ready, he would get on his, gym uniform and would get into the, basically, arena. Basically, while we're here, yes, we time skipped to exactly the sports festival. I wasn't going to spend half the time telling you guys how Izuku trained. So, yeah, I'm not doing that. But with this, something phenomenal changes inside of this story. Instead of, Izuku having a good time at the sports festival, no, the sky suddenly goes dark as a shadow is covering the whole sports festival. With this, Izuku looks up and he sees a giant ship coming right over the sports festival. This is this is live and it's projecting to basically every TV known to man inside of Japan. With this, they are seeing a ship, a actual alien ship that is coming for Izuku. A beam of light comes down from the ship, and it's none other than our favorite squid alien that has fought someone that we know multiple times. Then it is Vilgax, the Conqueror, one of the most powerful aliens out there, and he still wants that omnitrix. He starts slowly walking as heroes from the sidelines start pouring in. They start trying to stop Vilgax. Vilgax is way more powerful than any villain, even all for one. Meaning that Vilgax, I didn't say this in the last part, but the real reason why Shigaraki was there last time was because Vilgax had to deal with All For One. If All For One could give him the Omnitrix, then Vilgax would tell All For One how to basically get alien DNA into himself with his quirk, which Vilgax was going to initially just evolve his quirk and then absorb All For One inside of the Omnitrix, but since All For One could not get the Omnitrix, Vilgax had to resort to some different measures. Vilgax just bodying every single villain that he every single hero that he sees. Vilgax is basically just messing everyone's fade, catching everyone's fade, knocking all the heroes out until eventually All Might has to show himself. As All Might comes down from the crowd, All Might is one-punched by Vilgax. Basically knocked freaking directly out by Vilgax, and no one can do anything about it. Vilgax starts to slowly walk towards Izuku, who is just frightened and just stays there. Can't even reach for the Omnitrix. The Omnitrix glows into a green glow and then transforms Izuku into Humongosaur. Humongosaur, realizing his new form, decides that he has to do something about this and will start charging after Vilgax, as Vilgax basically stops Humongosaur in his tracks, makes Humongosaur look like a baby, and proceeds to slam Izuku into the ground and then picks him up by his tail and then slams him into the ground again, making Izuku be knocked out, with Izuku transforming back into his regular state. As the Omnitrix is out of commission after Izuku being knocked out from that hard slam to the ground. With this, Izuku wakes up inside of the ship that is ready to take off, Izuku looks at his arm and sees that the Omnitrix is not there, and looks at Vilgax, who is trying to unlock the Omnitrix, as the Omnitrix put itself into an armored casing, making it basically unable to work, making it so that Vilgax can't get the Omnitrix. The reason why I did this is because the Omnitrix is connected to Izuku's DNA. If it doesn't sense Izuku's DNA, it will go into lockdown mode, where it can't be used at all until it is recalibrated with Izuku's DNA again, meaning that Vilgax cannot use the Omnitrix. But of course, he comes up with the idea of putting Izuku's blood on the Omnitrix, which therefore transforms Vilgax into Izuku, as the Omnitrix would basically recalibrate, and while it goes on to Vilgax. Vilgax wanted to transform back into himself, would slam the Omnitrix, trying to figure out how this thing works, but of course, it does not work. Eventually, the Omnitrix would run out of Izuku's blood and would go back into lockdown mode, getting off of Vilgax, transforming Vilgax back into his regular self. With this, Vilgax would decide just to destroy the Omnitrix, seeing as the Omnitrix caused him more trouble than it could have saved him, basically making Vilgax not really like the Omnitrix, as it just turned him into a puny human, which he does not like. Vilgax stares at Izuku and starts to speak. Oh, how lucky you are to have this device, and yet no one else is able to use it. I really don't like your species, but I'll send you back. Only if I could find that Ben Tennyson, the original Omnitrix, would have been much better. Or maybe I could go back in time. Actually, that's a good idea. Izuku is then knocked back out by Vilgax and would wake up inside of the hospital. Izuku, not knowing what had happened, just basically felt like it would be a dream, although it was not a dream. Izuku would realize that the Omnitrix is back on him and would think he needs to get a lot stronger. Basically, Vilgax made Izuku like little baby. He made Izuku little baby man, and that's what Izuku was, little baby man. So Izuku thinking he needs to get a lot more stronger. He needs to get stronger than ever. With this, the Omnitrix would turn on and then show Izuku a new alien, Alien X. As he looks at this alien, he knows that this alien has more power than any of his other aliens. Another alien is opened, and Izuku starts to realize all of his other aliens are gone. All the 50 aliens that he had were gone. He is back to 10. Vilgax must have reset the Omnitrix. The Omnitrix now has these 10 aliens, which is Forearms, Alien X, Heat Blast, Atomex. Wait, let me count that. Alien X, Forearms, Heat Blast, Atomex, and with the 5th alien being Accelerate. Then we have Shock Squatch, Gray Matter. Then the next alien, which would be the 4th, not the 4th, that wouldn't be the 4th, that would be the 8th. The 8th alien, I'll say it would be Ghost Freak. The 9th, let's go with Walker Trout, because he needs one bad alien at least. And then the final alien would be Big Chill, the 10th alien. With these 10 aliens, Izuku is basically back to square one, having a couple new aliens while having some old ones as well. The new ones being Walker Trout, Shock Squatch, and others. So yeah, he would decide that he needs to basically get used to these new aliens and get even better used to the ones that the old ones that he still has, which is exactly what Izuku would do. And with the basically the sports festival was being canceled, they would have to reschedule the sports festivals again, meaning they have more time to train. Meaning that Izuku would train with all of his aliens, basically making sure that he doesn't miss a beat. Having only 10 does not stop Izuku from learning more of his aliens. Izuku, being ready for the sports festival, know exactly what he has to do. Get even stronger, and he can prove how strong he's gotten just from beating everyone in the sports festival. So in a Bakugo fashion, Izuku's speech would be he's going to win, and he's not going to stop winning. He wants to get stronger and stronger, and so should everyone in UA. Just because he's going to win doesn't mean that anyone else should not get stronger. Which would be his speech, which instead of making everybody mad, which it kind of also did, it would also make everyone encouraged to beat Izuku and become even stronger than he ever could be. They ever could be. With this, Izuku would be glad that everyone is doing their best. Izuku would get down from the stand, and Midnight would announce that the first thing would be a race. Izuku would have transformed, which, if you did not know, is the transformation where he stays his human state but has the powers of his alien, which also makes the powers weaker by 50%, just to let you know. Izuku would turn into his half-transformed state of Big Chill and would basically fly faster than anyone and go right through the robots, freezing them, and would get first place, waiting for everyone else, which they would be surprised that Izuku actually was not being cocky, he was being truthful. Izuku getting the 1 million points like in canon, and would actually get even more points for getting there faster than everyone ever anticipated. Getting 1 million point headbands, meaning that Izuku had basically 2 million points. That somebody could take 1 million or take the other 1 million, which would mean that either they would be tied or they wouldn't be tied. Izuku picking basically his canon team for the sake of me being lazy. He picks his canon team, which would be Oraka and wait, I messed up. Who did he pick again? I forgot. Oraka. It was definitely Oraka. I'm forgetting the fourth. Oh wait, no. I'm not forgetting the people. I was just being stupid. It was Oraka, the Shadow Man, and I forgot the other two guys' names. You guys know who I'm talking about. Pink-haired girl and Bird Boy. Not Mina, but she has pink hair as well. So yeah, Oraka, Bird Boy, and pink-haired girl that likes robots. That makes machines, basically. Izuku, instead of in canon, would actually win this by using his aliens to stay up in the sky so nobody could get him. You basically making his 10 million points, 2 million, not 10, 2 million points stay on him, making him sought after still. With so yeah, Izuku's battles will also be the same as well. Izuku battling Monoma? No, not Monoma. Izuku battling the not Shadow Man. Why do I forget these guys' names? Shinso. Yeah, I knew I was close. It was Shinso. Izuku battling Shinso inside of the first round actually decides to take the advice that the tail man gave him, also known as Injiro or Tojiro. I forgot what the heck his name is. I'm start looking these names up. I need to look these names up. I'll do that later, I guess. But Izuku takes that advice and makes sure to not to speak. Would have transformed into 4 arms. Would have the strength of 4 arms, and would basically make sure Shinso is out of the ring. With that, we stop this great what if for right now, and I hope you liked the video. I hope you like the other videos that I make. Without further ado, I will leave in about right now. See you guys.